Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work in the round starting with a chain. Now I'm going to keep this really simple, folks, and I'm only going to show you the first round because so much can change depending on what pattern you're using. I have only chained 4, but you follow along with whatever pattern that you're working on. And it's also going to determine how many stitches you can get in that ring based on the length of your chain. Okay, so to make this a ring, I need to start 4th chain from my hook. That loop on my hook never counts, so count down 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I need to start with a slip stitch to close this ring up. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I have 2 loops on my hook. Now I'm going to take that first loop and pull it through my second loop. Now I've closed up my ring with a slip stitch right there in that 4th chain from my hook. So now I need to chain. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, and 3 because I am going to be using double crochets. Now from at this point, I want to crochet right there in the center of that ring, not where I did my slip stitch, but right there in the center. So if you kind of pull it apart a little bit, you can see it. So now I'm going to start my double crochet. So yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And this first one can get a little twisty, so I typically kind of hold it down with my finger. I have 3 loops. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That is my first double crochet. Do be sure to note in whatever pattern you're working on if that initial chain counts as a double crochet, because that can be really important. It can throw off your stitch counts. So again, do make sure that you note that when you get started. Now I'm just going to continue to put double crochets in this ring until I get the amount that I want or until I've crocheted the amount that my pattern tells me to. It's pretty easy. It doesn't matter what stitch you're putting in this ring. You're always going to start the same. The only thing that's going to change initially is how many chains you have to start with. Now that I have my ring finished up, I need it to close this circle. So I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my starting chain. So in this case, I would be counting that as a stitch because I am slip stitching into the top of it. If it wasn't a stitch, I would actually slip stitch into the double crochet next to it. So insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I have 2 loops, pull the first one through the second, and that's it. My ring is closed. Okay, if you missed anything, feel free to go back and rewatch. I will have a link down in the description below for written instructions on the Ruby Grace blog. Thank you so much for stopping by. Love your face.